What's up? Alright, just got done working out. Felt amazing. It's good to get some gym time in. I spent the last 3 days driving armored truck, which, as we know, I usually only do 1 day a week because it's enough for me. I did that crap full time for almost 10 years, and part time's the way to go. You can only stand so much of that garbage. Anyway, so I didn't get to go to the gym. I'm gonna set you down here. Hopefully, we'll see how this works out. I don't have my tripod. It's downstairs. I don't feel like going to get it, but we'll see. You know what? I'm gonna set you all the way over here. See how well that works there. All right. So anyway, it's kind of far away, but I'm gonna set you there for a minute. So I got in a good workout today after not being able to work out for. Let's see, my 1 day a week at Brinks is usually Monday, so I usually work out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then I don't go on the weekends because I really don't do much at all on the weekends, especially this time of year, so I like to spend that time with the family. Because all the stuff I do during the week, I want to spend time with my kids. That's why I had them. I'm not one of them parents that had kids because I was sick of mowing the grass and want someone else to do it. Anyway. So I'm rambling now. So I finally got in my good workout today. I feel amazing. This is what I do after my workout. Some people say, you know, do you go home and pound down a protein shake after your workout, blah, 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 this and that. Yeah, I do usually drink a shake after my workout, depending on what time it is versus what time I had my morning one. I try not to put down that many at a time, and I'll tell you why. Regardless of what they say, I've taken my fair share of supplements, legal and non-legal, and all the stuff I've taken over the years. But I don't mess with any of that secondary stuff in years, and I'm kind of liking where this phase of my working out's going, doing it all natural. I feel better. My muscles are definitely harder than they ever were before. But anyway, what I was getting at is I like to study everything I put into my body before I do. That way I know what's good for me, what's not, what I'm doing is overkill versus what everybody says. And I may be wrong, but as much studying as I've done on it, I've found that your body can only burn off so much protein at a shot. So these guys that are trying to push, like, when I bulk, I go for 2 to 2.5 grams of protein a day per pound I weigh. Okay? So if I weigh 200 pounds, multiply 200 times 2.5. And I want 2.5 grams of protein per pound I weigh. Sorry, it's my phone. That's obnoxious, ain't it? Medal of Honor theme. I'm obsessed with World War II. Anyway, yeah, 2 to 2.5 grams of protein per pound I weigh per day. And that, like I said, that's when I'm bulking. But anyway, some guys are pushing like tons and tons of protein where I'll just tell you that everyone knows, you know, muscle tissue is going to build off of, it's going to feed off of protein. You need that protein for your muscles to build. I'm not by any means a scientist or a genius in any of this stuff, so don't take everything I say to the bank. This is just what I've found in research over the years. But especially if you're juicing, like I said, I'm not telling you to juice, I'm not telling you not to juice. You do what you want to do with your body. But if you are, then you definitely need to be hitting hard protein. But anyway, so I kind of work my shakes in on that level. I want to know where I'm at versus how much I need and how much I don't. So one thing I do after my workout, though, what I'm doing right now, I boil water with beef bouillon cubes. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Some people use chicken. I don't like chicken. It's hard to get the flavor. I mean, I like them, but they don't really taste that great to me. I use these. There's a million different brands. Beef bouillon cubes. They look like that. Tiny little cubes in there. And I take 4 of them. I put them in a small pan like this pan right here. And I boil the water, get the bouillon cubes to break down, and obviously it just turns into beef broth. Then I throw like 2 to 3 handfuls of egg noodles in there. and I let it cook for, damn it, I should have put my timer on, I didn't. I'm horrible with not using timers. But anyway, I put my timer on, usually 9 to 10 minutes with the 2 to 3 handfuls in there, throw them in, and let them cook, and then I drain them out, drain all the broth out, all the juice out, everything, and I just eat the noodles like that. And that's tons of protein, and they're really good. And at the same time, it's light. It's not too heavy on your gut right after a workout. I don't know how you guys train, but me, sometimes when I train, if I'm really feeling it, I'm feeling the energy, I'll literally push myself working out till I'm about to throw up, and then that's when I quit. So I need that after a workout. I need, you know, stuff like this, but at the same time, I don't want anything super heavy that's gonna make me puke. That's not the goal. I'm not trying to puke. I just push myself that far. I've always been the type, I do everything 100%. I don't half-ass anything. If I'm going to do it, I do it. If I know I'm not going to do it 100%, I don't do it at all. It's just this is how I am. So if you're going to do it, nail it out, do it. But anyway, so on the list, on the agenda for today is my cousin that I mentioned in one of my other videos. It's impossible to get a hold of most of the time. Well, he popped out of the woodwork the other day, and I could not get my new Lincoln welder dialed in for nothing. And so I called him over, and he's a union welder, and he has the same exact welder in his own house, or his own garage, that I just bought. So I had him come over. He came right over, and he messed around with it, and come to find out the seal wasn't right where the gas was coming through, and it wasn't putting the gas to the gun. It was just blowing out the side. If you guys know anything about welding, that you know, you get a lot of porosity in your welds. In other words, all the tiny little pinholes that looks like Swiss cheese. So it was welding for shit. He fixed it. We knocked it out. I needed 2 more 10-foot lengths of angle iron to finish the railing, so I can start building the top cage on the trailer. So the next day, I sent him a text. I said, "Hey, were you able to get those pieces for me from your work?" And he didn't answer me, and I got home that night, and I'm sitting in the house, and I remembered again, and I was like, I texted him again, I'm like, "Yo, did you get them pieces of steel or not? If you didn't, I'm going to have to find them." He goes, "Dude, they're outside leaning from your driveway up over your plow." And I said, "Dad, I must have walked right past them." So I went out, and there they were, which was great. So they were in the back of the truck, or they were leaning on the plow in the driveway. I threw them in the back of the truck with that expanded steel I went and picked up the other day. And so now I have everything I need to finish up that trailer. I can get everything fabbed up and welded into place, and then I can start wiring in the new all LED strip lights that I got for it, which are going to be badass. And then I can get it painted. Anyway, so that's on the agenda for today. That's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to eat these noodles, and I may put down a small protein shake. I'm going to do it light though, a little bit of 1% milk, some whey protein, and probably chop up a banana in there. That'll be it. That's heavy enough for now. But then I'm going to get to the garage stuff, and we're going to work on that. It's a little bit warmer today. It's not great by any means, but it's a little bit warmer. I'm going to see if I can get you guys some footage of this trailer. Alright, we're going to put some videos here together today, and we'll go from there. That's it for this part. Alright guys, now in the garage. You guys get to see a couple little things here. I have always, I'm sure you guys probably, somebody has somewhere, if not all of you, that mess around with any steel or anything along those lines. You probably use, I'm going to get you some views here. Use or have used, okay, those are flat discs, great for sanding, grinding discs. Here we go. Cutoff wheels in a 4-inch grinder. Okay, cut right through steel with them things, pretty easily too. And let's see here. Okay, so there's the grinder. In a grinder like that, you guys have probably used my new camo welding helmet. That thing's nice. The other one got destroyed, but anyway, you can take I have a flap disc on there now. You can take it off, put this cutting wheel on there. It's a good way to cut through steel. And that's how I did it for a long time. My uncle and my father-in-law both have metal chop saws, which I've used, and you know, it's been a huge help to have those. Like my collar? No, I'm not one of them Valley boys. I'm a country boy, for crying out loud. But this is my welding coat, and you'll see it better in a minute. But anyway, collar up. It hurts like how when you get that welding splatter, it goes down your shirt. Anyway, so it gets old, and it gets to be a pain to constantly cut steel with one of those grinders. So I finally went and bought. I looked up. I went to Home Depot, and I wanted to buy. I wanted a Milwaukee chop saw, and they advertised it on their website, and I went there and they didn't have it. I went to the next Home Depot that was in my area, and they actually listed them as in their store. I get there, they didn't have it either. So I went with DeWalt. The DeWalt one actually costs a little bit more, which surprised me. I thought for sure Milwaukee would be more, but it wasn't. But I've used a lot of DeWalt saws, a lot of DeWalt products in the past, and they've been good. So I got a DeWalt one. I will show you guys real quick what I got. This is what I got. It's got the quick set on here. It's nice. You just flip this up. I can move this anywhere I want. Put it down, screw it a couple times. It locks it in place. I can set it for my angles and go all the way up to 45. I read some reviews, and some guys said, "Oh, these things don't 45 for crap." Well, then you're an idiot, and you said it wrong, because I checked it out. I just took it out of the box a few minutes ago, and I loosened up the lock here, and I turned it to where I thought a 45 would be. I put my square on it and went right to a 45, locked the handle down. I whacked it a couple times, stayed in place. But anyway, this is the same cutoff disc right here, is, you know, what goes in that 4-inch grinder over there. This is just 14-inch. And this is a 15 horsepower, or 15 amp, it said, is the power on it. I better put a little snug on that and tighten that up. Keyless blade change system. This is the DeWalt's new quick change system, so I definitely like that. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. There's the angle my cousin brought me over there, and then all that expanded steel in there that I got. The trucks. Yeah, all my trash. Shit needs to go out. We go through a lot of stuff. Anyway, here's the trailer. Okay, so this is I put, as you guys can see, I put all these on. These are the angle braces. This is the top piece here, and so I put those on already, all the way around. Sorry if I'm bouncing the camera, guys. I'm trying to. My garage isn't that big, but I put them on. There's 1, 2, 3. I put them on all the way around. Okay, and I weld them all in place, and the angle my cousin brought me that's out there in the truck is going to go down the sides. I had him bring me 10-footers. Those there are all 6-footers, which is perfect for here, because this is 6 foot across. But I didn't want to piece 2 of them. I know I could weld it and it'd be strong. You know, people have already told me, but I don't care. It's mine. I'm doing it my way, and that's what I do. So I want to run one solid piece right down both sides. So that's why I had them bring me the 10-footers. I think I showed you guys before. I'm not sure. Those right there are the LED lights I was talking about. They go right down the sides. They're going to be on the end one there that I put in, the bracing I put in. It's going to go right down on the back side, and then I'll put something on either side, a piece of angle or something, just to protect it. So, you know, when someone bumps something into it, it's not going to break my lights all up, because they're not cheap. They're not really expensive, but they're not that cheap. So anyway, and so here on the front, I'm going to have this right here in the front is where the rack's going to, or the cage is going to go. It's going to come up. So now that I got all this stuff, and I finally got a day off, I can weld these 2 side pieces on, which I'll do first, and then I will, and then I can start building the cage, because I'm going to set the angle of the cage. I'm going to set it right on the top here, the top of the frame rail. It's going to sit right on those. I'm going to weld there, and it's going to come up from those, I think. I was thinking the idea of putting it down inside here and coming straight up these, and so the bottom of it rests on the deck there. But I don't know. It'll still be strong either way. It's not going to have a ton of stuff in it. Let me show you guys what I was talking about. So this is what I did. I'm going to grind it all down and the stuff's going to go away anyway. But look at this crap. See that? Yeah. This is all getting grinded down anyway. And then this whole jack's coming off here. It's going to get a new one. It'll have a wheel on the bottom and it'll crank a lot easier. It's just an old jack because it's, it's an old trailer. But so I'll grind all this away anyway and grind it off there and before I repaint the whole thing. But look at that. I don't know if you guys can see that. See all the holes in it? I'm trying to get to where it's got some light. You guys can see better. Look at all the holes. See all the holes there? That's called porosity. And when you start grinding down, it'll look like Swiss cheese right inside. Like, that's bad. This is all from welding with no gas. It wasn't coming through. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, there's the gas bottle. It comes up through, and here's the line for the gun right here. Okay, the wire feed comes out of here, and the gas comes through here. When you squeeze the trigger, it comes through. Now, when you open up the side here, it was purging the gas right out of here. It wasn't going through. That gun comes into here, and then you screw down this wing nut to tighten it in place. Well, the gun wasn't all the way in, so it wasn't allowing the gas to come through. Okay, so that's what I mean. All right, well, I guess what I will do now is I'm going to go over here and get these two 10-footers and bring them in here and set them on the trailer. I'm going to mount you guys over here. I'm not really sure how well this is going to work. See if I can get you right angle. This is a tripod. I got the idea from Geek to Freak. I got this thing, but I've never really used one, so I don't really know how well it's going to work. But let's see. There's more over here. Oh yeah, that's my welding jack. Isn't that pretty sick? That's the back of it. I don't know why you guys see it. Anyway, all right, but so I'm gonna grab these two 10-footers, put them on here, and then we're gonna see what happens from there. Move this steel out of the way. It's here. This stuff is all gonna be used for the front. That doesn't look like 10 foot to me. I could be wrong. Could be the angle I'm looking at it, but I don't think so. It is not 10 foot. That piece is at the end down there, and I'm short by. Yeah. Let me grab a tape measure. All right. Well, that's actually 10 foot and a quarter, so apparently I'm the retard. And this trailer's longer than 10 foot. It is actually... I'm sitting at 10 foot, 7.5 inches. Well, ain't that about a bitch? Or piecing it together at that end, because this end is where that, yeah, this end here is where the cage is going to be, and if I rest, no, this end here is where the cage is going to be, and if I rest the cage on these top rails, I'm going to want a full piece here. But at the same time, the gate's going to be down there, and the gate's going to latch to that end. You know, and I'll start at that end, I'll leave the gap down here, and then I'll fill this in with another piece. And what I will do is I'll just do my other idea I just mentioned. We're running the cage straight down to the floor on the inside of these. That's a genius idea right there. That's what I'm going to do. So, how about this? Dude, if you guys ever get a chance to buy these tape measures, I know they're a little more expensive, but these Milwaukee's, they have a magnet right there on that end, and it's magnetic. This magnet piece causes this whole end to be magnetic. So it's magnetic under here. So when you hook on something, or if you want to measure something, you put that against it and it's metal and you pull it out. You don't have to have somebody hold this on, it'll stay there. Pretty sweet. They cost like 20 something bucks a piece. But at Home Depot right now they got a 2-pack, a 25 footer and a 16 footer on sale. You get the 2-pack for 24 bucks. Good investment. I know some people are like, I'm not spending that much money on it, but you know what? If it's not for you, it's not for you. But it is for me. So you gotta do what works, I guess. Let's get some clamps on this bad boy. And what we'll do is I'm going to put a couple clamps on here to get me started. I don't know if that's tight. That is tight. Wow, there's going to be a considerable size gap in there. Huh. Now we'll clamp it in. I'll tack weld these two ends, and then we'll clamp it as we go down. And that's just how it's going to have to be. Because I don't know any other way to do it to where it's not going to go all the way down. And we don't want that. So, let's see here. It's nice I can actually keep this garage door open today. Because like I told you guys before, there's not a hell of a lot of room in this garage to do anything. With this trailer in here. When this trailer's not in here, it seems like this garage is huge. Seems like I can fit all kinds of stuff. I mean, I have so many mowers at a time in here. It just works. So, what I'm going to do is I'll put a couple tacks on that part and we'll see where it goes. I'll get her clamped all the way down in. Let's open this bottle. Yeah, that's good. I always open my bottles slow at first. Let it read on the gauge, and then I crank them open all the way. I don't know if it's right or wrong. Who the hell does know? It could be, yeah, go ahead, pick up my hat. You know what? You get sparks fly over top of that helmet, and they land on your freaking head, you'll wear one too. Because that shit sucks. This is where the hell are my good glasses? I'm all discombobulated today. I don't know if everyone does. I wear safety glasses underneath my welding helmet. Some people probably do, some don't. I do, and the reason is I have been welding before and I've seen stuff literally come right up under the helmet. If you don't think it'll happen, give it time and then tell me how your eye feels, because it does happen and it sucks. You get one set of eyes, and some of you guys say, wow, he's decked right out. Look at all the safety stuff he has on. You're right, I am wearing a lot of it, but you know what? I would rather wear it than not have it, and wish I did. It's an old saying, but it rings true, and I'm telling you guys, it's you're just gonna, you wish you did with a lot of things. That's not good. I don't have any wire right there. Now I do. I wonder why I was back inside there. Huh. There we go. Let's get rid of that. Alright guys, let's make my way down here. And got some tacks on this piece. So we're in place here. See what I mean? By tight spaces, no room. Down here, you can get a one like that. I want that now. No, it's not down as low as I want it to be. Alright, get a couple tacks on this piece here. Hold that. Hold that. Hold. Alright, now let's There's no way. Fucking no way. It is. Seems like a big gap. Yes, we will leave that one there. Okay. It's in all the way there. It's gonna have a little more of a gap, I guess. Because that's just how it's sitting on there. Alright, let's put some more tacks in here. And go from there. Alright guys, that one's tacked in place. And I guess we can get the other side. Cords I gotta mess with all the time. That's a real pain in the ass. So you guys see how this is gonna go. I got that tacked in place. It's on there, tacked in, and then I'll go back through and I'll weld it. These, unfortunately, because the way I have the angle, I'm gonna have to go underneath and weld underneath on these all the way around, which if anybody's ever welded underneath, they know it sucks, because you get stuff falling on you, there's really no way to help it. I mean, you can weld a little bit different on parts of it, but for the most part you're just gonna get it, and that's just how it goes. I stay closer to my puddle when I'm welding, if you guys know anything about welding, and that's how you should be, but the closer you get, the less of that stuff you're going to get dropped on you anyway. I just take my time and go a little slower so that I don't have the bulk of that falling on me. But alright guys, I'm going to get some of this going here, get these welded on, and once I start with the sides here, I'll start recording that. This will be kind of boring for you guys. Alright guys, well, I got those sides tacked into place, and I started to weld them a little bit from underneath. And the filler pieces I needed for the ends, like I showed you guys, those pieces were a little shorter than I thought I needed. But anyway, I got those cut and got those put in, and I was starting to tack them from underneath, and I noticed my welder was welding funny. And it was welding funny because my gas bottle was empty. So it is now I have to head up and get the bottle refilled, which is not what I planned on doing today, but apparently I have to go do it now anyway. Hold on, neighbor. What's up, bud?
This weather, man.
Man, I'm loving it.
Sunshine, you gotta love it.
I got the garage door open.
Before you know it, you'll be cutting grass.
I know, I'm welding the braces on the trailer, building a cage that raises up off the front of the trailer, put stuff in there, and I'm in the middle of building that cage, and then my tank for my welder went empty, so now I gotta go up to the falls and fill it with gas.
For the big welder?
Yeah.
What do they put in there?
It's 75-25 mix, like
a map gas?
argon and CO2 mix.
Really?
Like a 75-25.
Oh.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, you notice a huge fucking difference when you're welding and all of a sudden that bottle goes dry. It starts getting porosity, it's popping, spitting, holes in it, looks like Swiss cheese.
Well, you'll get all back there and you go out and your wire will run out.
Yeah. Well, I got a freaking 10-pound spool. I don't play around. Alright, buddy, you too. That's my neighbor. He is a retired union carpenter. And actually retired. I'll say retired because he collects a fat check from them every month as part of his retirement, and on top of that he got a monster settlement because the union he worked for brought in some new guys, and one of them was messing with some scaffolding that guy there, my neighbor, was on, and the scaffolding let go, and my neighbor come down, crashing down from the scaffolding, screwed his back all up, so he got a big settlement from that. But he was screwed up pretty bad, went through a lot of pain, a lot of surgeries, a lot of everything, so hell, he deserves it. I'm not one for suing people, I'm not into that kind of stuff at all, but hey, I guess it comes to that point when you got to make a decision, and you know, if you get hurt and go through a lot of pain and suffering and can't work anymore and can't enjoy doing certain things with your family, with your kids and whatnot, you know, the rest of your life because somebody else was an asshole, and I guess every lawsuit has its place, doesn't it? So Anyway, enough about that. So anyway, we're gonna head up now and get our get this bottle filled so we can continue on welding. I'll tell you what. You guys just seen me pull up to the mailbox there and check my mail. Let me emphasize on this a little bit more about how I'm not plowing residentials next year. It doesn't matter what you do, mowing, tree work, plowing, whatever. You're always going to have your people that don't pay or pay late or whatever. As far as the mowing and the landscaping goes all summer, I got a great bunch of people. And if someone's going to be out of town or something's going to happen, they can't pay in time, they call me. They're like, listen, I'm going to be out of town by the time the next bill comes in, but I'll be back 2 weeks after that, or I'll be back 1 week after that, I'll send you payment. And I know that there are people that never pay late, never miss a payment. I tell them, don't worry about it. I'll catch up with you. I'll catch up with you when you get back. Give me a call when you get back. We'll go from there. And they do, and I never have an issue, and it's great. But I'll tell you what, this snow plowing residentials each year becomes more and more of a pain in the ass. I get these frickin' people, they don't want to pay their frickin' bills. The commercial ones, like I've emphasized in the last few videos I've made, guys, I'm going straight commercial next year as far as snow plowing. I'm not plowing any residentials. Them commercials, dude, I have it set up so that they have to pay so much by November 1st. That's the down payment for the winter. And then I take what's left in the bid that I've given them, and they have to send me a check. I split it up between December, January, February, March, 4 months. So on the first of the month, starting with December, they have to send me a check. Okay, let's say the remainder of their contract for the season is $2,000. They got to send me $500 a month by the first of every month, starting with December. So if December comes and I haven't gotten a check from them for that month and it snows, they're not getting plowed. And that's how it works. And it's in my contract, so they can't touch me. They can't do anything about it. So technically what they're doing is they're paying for the month ahead of time. And I have no problem. These commercial accounts send me that money before the first. It's very rare, I think once or twice I've gotten right on the first or the second. But I have it a week to 2 weeks before. They know, because they have commercial properties, parking lots and stuff, and if someone slips and falls because their lot wasn't plowed, they're getting sued. So they don't want that garbage. So they want it plowed, they want it clean, plus they don't want to walk through it themselves, And the apartment buildings that I plow, they know. Tenants are going to call them and bitch, you know what, I can't get in and out of the parking lot to go to work and this and that. And people are going to move out. They're not going to rent from them anymore. So these people pay. But these residentials, man, I have people that owe me for 2 months of snow plowing. It's not even that much. Christ. By this time last year, I plowed 20, 25 times each place. I'm lucky if I've plowed 6, 7, 8 times each place this year. There hasn't been snow for nothing. And I'm sending these people bills and they still won't pay these damn things. Man, it's pissing me off. It's like, pay your bill. Just scumbags. I got to the point where I send them another bill in the mail and it monster red letters across the front of the envelope. Final notice. Final notice. Pay to avoid further action or something like that. Or I'll put third late invoice sent, must pay now, and I put it big red lettering on the envelope. And because that embarrasses people. They get that in the mail, they know that their mailman's seen it or whatever. They know people at the post office seen it, and it makes them look like they don't pay their bills, and it gets people to pay. Sometimes it just pisses people off, and I gotta take them to court anyway, which I don't care, because then I just take the small claims court filing fee, tack it on to what they owe me, which, I haven't lost a court case yet doing it. I've only had to sue a few people, but I'll tell you what, I hate it. I hate having to do it. It's not even that big of a deal. I go down there, file the paperwork, and And some people, as soon as they get that letter in the mail from the court saying they have to be to court on such and such a date, and this is why, they, by the time that happens, they just send me a check because they don't want to deal with it. You know what I mean? They don't want to go to court, so they send me a check, and then I'm never having to go to court. But if I do have to go, you know, we go in and bam, you know, why haven't you paid him? He sent you invoices. Did you get him? Yes, you received. Why did you pay him? Why didn't the money? Whatever, we don't care. Bam. They order it to me, judgment in my favor, I win every time. It's and then they pay the court filing fee that I add on to it at the same time. So it doesn't cost me anything. Some people say, don't go to small claims. It'll cost you more to take them than you will to get out of it. No, well, if they owe me $300, it costs me $10 to file the paperwork. So now you owe me $310. When the judge awards it to me, he awards me $310. I get the $10 back. Big freaking deal. You know what I mean? It's just, it irritates me just because I have to sue people. I hate that. I hate sue happy people, and I can't stand it. But you know what? I earned it. I worked for this money. You know, these people called me and asked me to come and do work for them. I didn't call them. So it just irritates me that they're going to take advantage of me like that. And I have equipment, fuel, labor. You know, I got all this stuff to pay out. So, and I got bills to pay, things like that as well. I don't have time to screw around with these people. So, anyway, that's my little rant on that. And it's 10 times worse getting paid in the winter time than it is in the summer. So I'm done. I'm done with these residentials. Commercial plowing next year. That's it. I'm about to pull up to the welding shop, and this camera's about to die. I don't know why that I can charge this thing non-stop, and I only get like, as soon as I start recording, it says something like 96 minutes of recording. I'll get a half hour out of it, and it'll be junk. Thing frickin' dies, and then I gotta start all over charging it again. But anyway, I'm pulling up to the welding shop now, so I'll charge it, try to make more video to add to this. Out! Alright, fellas, this battery's about to die, but here's what I got done on the rack so far. I got it up. It's framed. I need to everything's level. I tacked it all and then stitched it all in after I made sure it was all level and even. I got to get the cross braces in now. I ran out of steel. I thought I had enough to finish what I do, but I'm gonna have to go get more tomorrow after I leave the gym. I'll already be up in the city, so I'll grab some then, and then come home, stitch some side pieces in, and then I can start making the door, the front of it actually, and I can put that expanded steel in, so you'll be able to see what it looks like when it's finished. That new saw works like a champ, by the way. That thing is awesome. Alright guys, this thing's about to die, and make another video log tomorrow. These things are kind of cool. I just put little bits and pieces of all different stuff in. Hope you guys are enjoying them. Better than just one video on one thing. I'm just kind of mixing up a little. My channel's all over the place. That's what I like to do. I started it mainly for lawn care, but there's a lot more to me, and I like to do different stuff, so I'm just going to throw it all in there. And if you guys like the videos I make, by all means like them. Subscribe if you haven't already, and share the hell out of my videos. I'll definitely do the same with yours. Alright guys, I'm out.